Something that you don't hear men talk about is coming out of divorce and having to rebuild their life. Rebuild who they are, rebuild their career, literally starting from scratch. Take me, for instance. Here I am. I'm living in my toy hauler, rebuilding my business from the ground up. I had a beautiful house, 10 acres, horses, tractor, huge shop. Man, it was nice. Would I change anything? Would I do it all over? No. I gave everything I had into that relationship. And there was a point where I had to accept defeat. And I had to move on. Here I am. Starting over. Becoming a better person. Focusing on who I am and where I want to be in life. But it's humbling. Starting all over. But I wouldn't change it for anything. But it's tough. If you know someone, male or female, that's going through that, that's in their rebuilding phase, that are coming out the other side, pat them on the back. Cheer them on. Support them. Because they could use it.
It's my truth. I was with a woman named Samantha for 5 years. We got married. We had a 1-year-old beautiful child named Soraya. And she just left me out the blue. And never came back. And I never cheated. No physical domestic violence. No side chick. No infidelity, nothing. No going through my phone and seeing something was going on, nothing. As a matter of fact, it ain't funny, but the running joke is the only other woman I kissed in 5 years was Naomi Harris' forehead in the movie Black and Blue. Didn't even get no lips out of it, you know?
So you don't think she ever loved you?
I don't think she ever loved me. Because if she did, it wouldn't be that easy to leave. So, I wish this was somebody else's song, but it's mine. I wish this.
My husband told me he wanted a divorce. My husband and I have been married for 8 years, but we've been together 12 years. And this has never been a problem in our marriage whatsoever. My little girl is allergic to dairy and my little boy has a dairy and gluten intolerance. Naturally, as a family, we have just gone dairy-free and gluten-free. I am a big believer that food is medicine. We have eaten organic and just more wholesome foods. Now, I've never told my husband that he needed to eat this way. And I don't care if people eat this way or not. And my husband has gone along with this the whole time. My husband came home and he had this huge bag of groceries and he set it on the counter and I looked inside of it and there are 20 boxes of fruit roll-ups. I was so confused and I said, why did you buy these fruit roll-ups? And he said, you know, I'm sick and tired of living this way. I don't want to do it anymore and I do want a divorce. Listen, nobody's a prisoner here. You know, talk this out. Let's go back to therapy. I feel like this is a workable situation. He proceeded to tell me it's not and that the next thing he's going to buy is fruit gushers. In that moment, I could feel myself getting angry. I'm going to walk away from the situation. And when I got up from the table, I woke up from my dream.
I remember when I got divorced 10 years ago, people were like, oh yeah, but what about your kids? And I said to that person, I said, yeah, but here's the thing. If I fast forward 20 years and my kids were now grown and I told them, hey, I stayed in this relationship miserable and I gave up the golden years of my life because I wanted to make you happy, what would their answer be? They'd probably say, Dad, you shouldn't have done that. Like, you should have lived your life. If you're in that situation, you got to understand that. Like, fast forward. Kids are going to grow up and they're going to leave and they're going to create their own life. I can tell you that it was the best decision that I ever made in my life, just to leave that toxic environment and move on. And you know what? think it worked out.
I'm frustrated because my whole world got disheveled. And I feel like he has moved on, and he is healed and moved on and doesn't care about me, which I don't want him to come back into my life, but it still just sucks, I can't imagine, thank you guys for sharing stuff, like stories that you've gotten through this and it's been however many years, because I could not imagine that.
Just being greedy. I wasn't protecting her and protecting those vows. She was awesome. She really was. It was all me. I had the perfect situation. Wife was finer than a mug. Kept giving me babies, still finer than a mug. I had it all. And I don't make excuses. I know I messed up. I was lost. 76,000 square foot house by yourself. Lost. No kids. Go to the gym. Nobody's playing in the gym. You go to their room. Nobody's there. You start to feel it.